Want to do a quick little review here on the Bulldog Vaults car safe slash personal vault. This was a gift. A good friend of mine gave me this yesterday. He said they were regularly listed for $30 and they had it on sale for $16.99. So he thought of me and picked this up, and I appreciate that. It's always good, when you get a little gift. I'm gonna have to go find something for him. Anyway, this is a little unique compared to like your normal type pistol lockbox, and it does really look similar. Now, lockbox, this is very similar to like the lockbox you would keep in like your dresser drawer or your nightstand or whatever. Now, these aren't really for theft. These are to keep children out of your gun or something like that. But I mean, the way it has this mounting bracket, it can be pretty much used like a safe. But I mean, it's pretty neat. And then this is the newer model. I've seen a video on YouTube of the older model, but this is the newer one. They kind of a little bit improved the design a little bit, and they gave it this like black carbon fiber type finish. Looks pretty nice. But how it works is when you have it in here, you lock it. Once you lock it in the mounting bracket, it's not supposed to come out. I'm going to lift up the bottom so you can see it there. The way it works is the lock comes up and it comes through these little holes here, so it does not come out. Now initially, when I first got this and I took it out of the box, it did not work like that. Like I had it locked in like that, and it would just still slide out. But so what I had to do was I had to, use some force, and I had to bend down on this mounting bracket. I bent it down real good here and here to help, help that lock stay in. Because see, this is me. That's how it normally looks. This is when I lift up on it. So actually, initially, when you have it in there right side up, that lock is at its lowest point. So it wouldn't take too much to bend this up to be able to actually get the box out of the mounting bracket. Now, it does also come with a little cord here. It is kind of short and really thin, and even says in the manual that they do not recommend that you use this. They would rather you use the mounting bracket. Now, which one, to my opinion, I think they're both going to be about the same. It's going to be just as easy to get this out of the frame as it is to get the cord off of it. I believe any of your standard wire cutters and any old toolbox will probably cut this. And not only that, I've actually seen it like, just like a typical one. It goes in right there. Now, if you do have this screwed or bolted down in your car or whatever, and he does get it out of the mounting bracket, and he just yanks it real hard, 100% that is going to come out that hole, and he's going to be running off with the box. But when I mount it in my car, I am going to use the mounting bracket and the cable. That's just a little extra step he's going to have to go to actually steal your gun. And this is what it looks like here on the inside, just like a little cheap velvet type thing. And I do like that they keep the hinges on the inside. Now I did notice too, like on the older model, there's quite a bit of wiggle room right here. As you see, there's no wiggle room at all, but there is some side to side. But you can't get it far enough over to actually get the lock. Now, some like them older Century safe little square lock boxes, that are like concrete wrapped in plastic. Some of the older ones like that, you could just push to the side and, get out of the lock. But you can't do that on this one, thankfully. So that's kind of how it goes. Now, I do concealed carry about 80% of the time. I've been slacking a lot here lately, but my Glock 17, which is what I carry, will not fit in here, and neither will my SD9. But relatively, what I keep in my car is just a little compact 9mm. It's a Sky CPX-1. See, it's unloaded. Now this, I'm not going to get too much in on the gun, but this really is a great gun. In fact, if they would just improve the trigger, if they would fix that trigger, this would be a great gun. These are regularly, I think, about $270. So, you know, just a little, kind of like a cheap car gun, a little compact 9mm. And it does fit in there. And it does, you know, you can fit an extra mag in there as well. And I have noticed, like, I can keep my mag up like this, and it still will close and lock. So I can actually have my gun in there and 2 extra magazines. So, I mean, how initially, like, this is where you screw it in your car, or either like on top of the trunk or on the back seat or something. And on the other side, it does have little holes for your screwdriver or something like that. Now, how I'm going to install it in my car is, when I actually put the safe in, I'm going to actually keep it upside down like that, because that helps that little lock right there get through that hole and stay that way. So I'm going to put it in like that, and I'm also going to use the cable, a little extra added security step. Now, you know, it's relatively, you know, I wouldn't really call it a great safe or anything like that, but as a firearms owner, you are responsible for your weapon. You know, if a criminal breaks in your car and steals your gun, granted, that's not really your fault, because, you know, you did have your doors locked or whatever, it's your property. But, you know, a lot of people just like keep it underneath the seat or in the trunk. But this is just like an extra step to keep it out of the hands of a criminal. Granted, yes, with the tools and stuff, they can get in this. But I guess what they're really going after is, a typical thief isn't going to really have wire cutters or nothing like that to be able to actually get this. But, you know, I have seen people keep tools in their trunk, and then you're giving them what they need to actually get it. So kind of remember that. So this is just a little Bulldog Vaults car safe here. It's okay. On a 1 to 10 safe scale, I would rate this at a 3. And like I said, if I paid $30 for it, I would probably take it back. But 17 ain't too bad. Keep my little Sky in my car. But I kind of want to talk to you a little bit too. You know, Black Friday is coming up, the start of the holiday shopping season. Now, you know, Black Friday is really great for electronics, you know, kids' toys, stuff like that. In fact, last year on Black Friday, I was at Walmart and I got my 55-inch curved Samsung smart TV. I think I paid like $580 for it or something like that, $580. But they were regularly $1,400. So that's like a $700 savings, and I had to wait in line about 6 hours or so. So that's not too bad. But another thing too, remember with Black Friday, is what I've learned. I've been doing Black Friday shopping since 2010. Well, I haven't been able to do it every year, because, you know, I've you know, I was in the military. I was in the U.S. Army, so it's been a few years. You know, I couldn't participate or anything like that. But, you know, I joined the military when I was 19, and I got out when I was almost 25. So ever since then, every year, I normally participate in Black Friday. But you got to remember, like what I've learned, Radio Shack one year had a good deal. This has been a few years ago, where you got like a iPhone, I think it was an iPhone 5S or something like that. I don't even believe Radio Shacks are open anymore. But they had a Virgin Mobile iPhone 5S listed for like, I think it was like $100. Well, I think I was the 6th person in line, because I had been going to other places, but I was the 6th person in line. They only had 4 of them phones. Now also, so, you know, they're called doorbuster deals. Technically, they can just have 2 of those items in stock. It's really just to lure people into the store to get them shopping and buying things. And the same thing happened to me 2 years ago at Best Buy. I was looking for a 50-inch TV. They had one for relatively the same price as Walmart did, but Best Buy had the better brand. I can't remember which brand that was, but got to Best Buy, they had 5 or 6 of those TVs, and I was like the 8th or 9th person in line, so I had to run to Walmart real quick and get theirs. But so these doorbuster deals, if you really want those, the point is you got to get there real early and wait in line. A lot of people like at Best Buy like to camp out and stuff like that. So if you really want something that's at a great price, you got to get there real early. Like Walmart's sale normally starts at 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving. I normally get there around 11 a.m. I walk around the store a bunch. If nobody's in line already for what I'm wanting, I walk around the store, quite a bit, and just look and see where everything's at. So that way, when I get in line for my TV, I know once I get my TV where everything I'm wanting is at, so I can get my TV or normally a ticket, and then run around and grab all the other stuff I'm wanting and try to hurry up and get out of there as fast as I can. Because now, the past couple years, especially like places like Walmart, they've gotten really a lot better on Black Friday. Like they normally have everything like out, and they have it on pallets, and they have it like saran wrapped or something like that. And nowadays they normally have like a police officer at like every pallet or something like that. Now, years ago, when I first started doing Black Friday, it was not like that. I used to see fights break out all the time. I used to see people running up and grabbing stuff out of people's buggies, and then them people trying to chase them around the store and stuff like that. I actually, I don't have that same phone because it's been several years ago, but I even had a video one time. It was a good one too of it. It was this lady fighting another lady, but then her boyfriend got in it, and then that other lady's husband got in it, and they were just out brawling in the middle of Walmart. And the thing was, but there's so many people crowded. I mean, it was shoulder to shoulder. They were fighting for probably a good 40 minutes before the Walmart security and everything actually got there. So this lady, I mean, there was blood. I mean, it was pretty bad. I mean, that's really the only experience I've had with like seeing like that much violence on Black Friday. But I have been to, I think the year after that, I went to a different place, and there really wasn't fighting, but there was like a lot of buggy snatching and things like that. Like people don't even care. Like if you see them do it, they'll just run up, grab it, and run out because the store and they're so busy. All the employees are busy. There's so many people in the store. It's really hard to find them. So I mean, but things these past 2-3 years have gotten a lot better. There's really no fighting or anything like that going on anymore. So don't worry. And also, like your local gun stores, they're probably going to have some of the best deals. Like I know places like Academy and Dick's, which I hate Dick's, but we'll get into that later. But like Academy and Dick's, yeah, they're retail type stores, but they normally have some great deals going on. But your local gun stores will probably have a little bit better deals. Like there's two good locally owned gun stores in my area, and one of them I frequent quite often. I know the owners, I know the people who work there. It's like kind of like Cheers. You go in there, everybody knows your name. I like it. People, they know me, they know what I have, they know probably even know what I'm looking for, stuff like that. But I went into that's about a week ago. I went into my favorite locally owned gun store. Was talking to the owner a little bit, and he told me, he said what they're going to be doing for Black Friday is they're going to have Blazer Brass 124 grain and 115 grain ammo 9mm for $8.99. And they're also going to have that same ammunition in 40 caliber, I believe, for $10.99. So that's pretty good deals. $8.99 for 124 grain Blazer Brass. That's a pretty good deal. But I believe he did say there was 3 boxes per person. But I mean, people gonna bring people with them or whatever. But also, another thing I'm gonna be getting, he is gonna also have the AR 500 steel plates. He's gonna have some great deals on those. But they're gonna have AR 15 lowers. Your whole lower, the blank lowers, and they're doing laser etching, engraving on them, like the Don't Tread on Me or the Punisher, or you can have them blank. But they're selling the AR-15 blank lowers for $30 a piece, and these are the aluminum ones. They're really nice, so that's a pretty good deal. Of course, he said only one per person, so I am wanting to do a AR-15 pistol build. something that, you know, I can SBR once I make it, or actually once I go ahead and buy this receiver or the blank lower on Black Friday. I'm going to go ahead and use the serial numbers, everything, send the paperwork off, so that way hopefully by the time I'm actually done building it, it'll probably only be a couple more months before I get my tax stamp and everything like that in. But anyway, you know, those are some pretty good deals. But they're also going to have like other ammunition and stuff on sale. I know he said he's going to have like $2 patches and gun cases